Okay, what's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Trinidad Empowerment Network. So tonight, this evening, wherever you're watching from, I want to address one of the most reckless, one of the most ridiculous public statements I've seen and heard coming from a Trinidad and Tobago government official. And you all know we are living in some of the craziest times. So for me to say this must mean it is beyond ridiculous. Senator Housing Minister Phillip Alexander, eye roll, claim that because roughly 35% of our population is of Indian descent, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi would wipe out, yes, I repeat, wipe out Venezuela if that country ever dares to threaten us.
Trinidad is part of the Indian diaspora. Trinidad has more people of East Indian descent in it than any other race. Modi come here to show Trinidad and Tobago that one of the most powerful nations in the world have Trinidad in its hands. And he will nuke Venezuela.
Now that is not just ridiculous, it's false, it's dangerous, it's racially divisive, and it's unfactual. I don't need to tell you that. A 5-year-old should know this. So first, for clarity, Phillip Alexander is a senator. He's obviously a government minister as well, appointed in May of 2025. He is not an elected member of parliament. But when a sitting minister speaks, the world listens, especially in the era that we live in with social media. Accuracy matters. Accuracy matters. So, yes, for factual purposes, yes, the 2011 census shows that Indo-Trinidadians make up about 35% of our population. But it doesn't take a 5-year-old to understand a demographic statistic does not create a defense treaty. India and Trinidad and Tobago have no mutual defense pact. None. None. The agreement signed by PM Modi's visit in a few months ago was purely about trade. It was about health. It was about culture, infrastructure. I believe nothing related to military protection. Now, let's look at international law in regards to what this clown said. The United Nations Charter, Article 2, Section 4, requires every state to refrain from the threat or use of force against another nation, except in genuine self-defense or with Security Council approval. Talk of wiping out another country is not just illiterate, dumb, stupid. It's irresponsible, and it's illegal. It's frankly illegal. So let's talk policy here. India's track record with its overseas citizens show how it truly acts. Whether in Yemen in 2015 or Ukraine in 2022, India mounted evacuation and humanitarian operations. Never military action, never invasion. That would be just stupid. That would be silly. Protecting its diaspora means diplomacy and safe return, not starting wars because people of Indian heritage live abroad. If that was the case, there would be a war every day of the week for India. Now, let's add the wider picture to this. Relations with Venezuela are already tense, as we all know. This is unprecedented time. President Nicolas Maduro is under heavy pressure and remains on the defensive after years of US sanctions and intervention in his country. Now, he is looking outward for any sign of threat. This is no joke, Phillip Alexander. Someone please pass this message to this clown. When a Trinidadian minister throws out inflammatory, racially charged fantasies about India wiping out Venezuela, it needlessly antagonizes a neighbor and undermines our own diplomacy. You illiterate. These rhetoric could raise tensions and make a volatile situation even worse. Venezuela, may I remind you, is already on the edge. You have seen Nicolas Maduro. The man is already on the edge. The reality here, and remember, India and Venezuela are not enemies. India has purchased Venezuelan oil in the past, their crude oil in the past, whenever sanctions allowed, of course. Their relationship is a commercial one. It's a pragmatic one. It's never been hostile. There is absolutely no strategic reason for India to attack Venezuela on anyone's behalf, especially Trinidad and Tobago. So whatever alcohol this man is consuming, whatever mental issues he has, it needs to be rectified. He does not need to be in government. So here's the bottom line. The claim that India would wipe out Venezuela because of Trinidad's Indo-Trini population is completely ridiculous. It's reckless and it's racially inflammatory, in my opinion. It drags our national conversation down to meme level, to meme territory level. Trinidad is not a real place. When we need serious, informed leadership, we need, at this time especially, we need serious, informed leadership. Trinidad and Tobago's security depends on sound diplomacy. It always has. Lawful deterrence. It always has. And real alliances. Not on fantasies built on racial arithmetic. Mr. Alexander, at a moment of real regional tension, any public official who trivializes our security with statement like this shows a dangerous lack of judgment and should be held fully accountable. This man is a moron, this man is an idiot, and he should be fired instantly. Facts matters. Leadership matters. And this is why Trinidad Empowerment Network exists. To bring you the truth when it counts, when it matters. People like this should be held accountable. I'm fed up of it. Sorry that I've shouted and screamed at you today. I hope you understand. But this annoyed me. And this is not the first time this man has done this. In any case, like and subscribe to Trinidad Empowerment Network. I'd keep my ear to the ground. I'd keep you updated. And I'll see you on my next video. For now, much love. God bless. Look after each other. Take care. Peace.